All right, that brings us to our next segment, our reaction video segment. I really like this segment. It's fun. These videos are priceless.
Especially
So,
this one.
especially this one. So, let's get into it. Take a look at this one, fans.
You think he was black?
His dad was black. His dad was holding him up. I don't know if that was his dad, but yeah, it
Not
seemed
that
like that
that
was his
matters. I
dad.
just don't think Lil Boy
Yeah,
was
he
black.
was
His
black.
hair wasn't
He's
nappy.
black.
I mean, it was patchy, but it wasn't nappy.
Yo, did you hear that? Did you hear what that woman just hilarious said?
I'm just more concerned about why that was even a question on her mind. Like, what's the point? That wasn't the moment.
She really didn't ask a question. She made a whole judgment saying that because the hair wasn't nappy, she didn't think he was black at all. She ain't asked, is he black? She said, oh no, his hair was patchy, but it wasn't nappy. I don't even think he was black.
Mm.
And it's just like, what in the world has happened to our people? Like, why are we like so quick to number one? Why are we scrutinizing this young man who just survived cancer? Number one,
First and foremost.
first and foremost, like, like, how could you take anything of that situation and make it negative? And then, furthermore, how could you fathom to say because his head, well, number one, his head was patchy because of all the surgeries, brain
Right,
surgeries.
exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Like, that's most likely why his head. Because I saw a video, I guess maybe a couple of years ago,
Hmm.
and he was standing in front of a car, and there were some young ladies trolling him,
Oh yeah, I seen that.
and he had a head full of hair. So,
It wasn't full.
no, it wasn't.
No, it was still
Well, it looked better than what it looked
yeah,
like.
it was like from certain angles, it did look like
From the angle I saw, it
because
looked
I
like
looked too. I looked
yeah,
twice.
yeah, it looked like
I
he had
seen it and I looked, but it was like a line
good set.
right here.
But nevertheless, it's like, why is that even like I said? Why are you questioning it? Why are you making a judgment about it? That wasn't even the moment. We focused on this young man overcoming a big health affliction,
Yeah,
and that was what it was all about, and him being able to pursue his dream to become some sort of law enforcement officer. I remember I saw they gave him a badge, they raised him, they held him up. You know what I mean?
I mean
It
his
was a good
father was
moment.
there.
You
He
know what
was
I
with
mean?
his dad. You know
Yeah.
his dad, and they were in the Oval Office prior to it.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I think maybe the day before or maybe before that, the speech that evening. Because he said he gave Trump a cowboy hat.
Who the little
The little
boy?
boy, yeah,
DJ?
yeah. DJ gave Drake gave Trump a cowboy hat, so I look forward to see Trump wearing that hat. The little boy was like, I hope he get it because I guess when they went through customs or whatever the case may be, he said they took it or something and whatever. I don't know. I guess anything that you have for the president has to go through extra screening.
Probably, yeah, exactly. Some sort
I'm
of
assuming,
screening
yeah.
process, most likely.
Yeah, but back to that just hilarious. Number one, that was not hilarious. That wasn't funny. It was just despicable. That's what it was. And furthermore, you have just validated every negative stereotype that every person ever said towards black people and as it relates to us having nappy hair and all that stuff. And for that, we just want to say thank you. Thank you, Just Hilarious. Because now anybody could relate us to having nappy hair.
And they'll use that as a reference.
Yeah, they'll use that as a reference. Well, the black woman said, if it wasn't nappy, so she didn't even think he was black. So
Yeah.
I guess nappy hair is synonymous with being black. And if you're black, your hair is nappy. So, what else I find strange is that you didn't show up to work today. And I noticed that you had Congressman Al Green in there, who's for black people, who identifies as a African American black man, or as we like to say, an American of African descent. And I noticed he had, a slick back ponytail. I wondered if you would have thought he was black. I wonder, and I question, would you have
Probably not,
right.
according to her logic.
Would you have yeah, according to her logic, like she clearly said,
Yeah.
he ain't black because it wasn't nappy. His head ain't nappy. His head was slicked back with a little border. It looked like he put a little border and a rubber band on it. His head looked longer than hers. But yeah, just my sister, just be more aware of the platform that you possess
The
and the
influence
influence that you have and the words that come out your fucking mouth.
and the reach.
Cause that was a disgrace. I don't know if you're gonna come back from that because that was horrible.
And the fact that they did clip it out means that it is the talk of the
Of
town when
course,
you think
of
of
course,
just
you would have never
hilarious.
thought a black person would say that in a million fucking years. In a million, like you, she clearly
That might
said.
be something we might say behind closed doors.
I don't think we would say we would never
I don't
say
heard people say that about people's hair.
about his hair being
I mean, well,
nappy.
well, not him specifically, but
No,
just
but I'm talking about they
the
said
adage.
that, so they say oh his a person's head is not nappy so they can't be black. I don't got fucking nappy head. So I just don't get it. I just
I
don't
mean, I
get
would
it.
I would make it no different than how they used to have the. I saw a clip earlier today about how they used to have the what was that the brown paper bag test.
Yeah.
So it would be a version of that. I would imagine people talking about hair because well the whole concept of good hair.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying like
what's his
that.
name? That Chris Rock,
Yeah,
that
that was the
special.
whole basic premise of that point.
It
I
was.
mean,
It
that
definitely
movie was
was.
the difference between quote unquote black people having good hair, some people not having good hair, but the good hair not being the quote unquote nappy one.
Yeah, but we understand the difference, and you know how people have a affinity and want good hair, quote
I'm gonna
unquote.
just say this: the naps go grow towards the sun, which is a good thing. You know what I'm saying? We connected to the sun. We are sun people, so it's just like, yeah, we don't want our hair to grow towards the ground because that's death right there. You know what I mean? So, like I said, we gotta just start really embracing, our power. You know what I mean? These things are superpowers, and we just, like I said, talk about them negatively.
Yeah, yeah, I guess 'cause she was crazy, you know, because that whole that's the AKA thing, right? They did
The bag,
yeah they did
yeah.
the paper bag
Hmm.
test. That's another reason why I look at that whole sorority like sideways, like my sister's a AKA, like
Well, shouts
and
out, to
yeah,
all the D9s
right.
representing.
Oh yeah,
Yo to the
the
noops.
yeah to the but yeah, that's our reaction video. Tell us what you think. Do y'all agree with what she said? Do y'all find any logic in what she said or anything? Like, just help me understand. Am I wrong? Am I, is my opinion? Am I being too hard on her? Was it a joke? Was she, you
I mean, of
know?
course they'll say it's a joke because she is a quote unquote comedian.
No.
Respect to that. She was one of the originators. If I remember her back in the day, being on the little skits. So like I said, that's what they're going to fall on. That's the sword they're going to fall on. But at the end of the day, to your point, it's just like, nah, we got to do better, man.
Did you see that video? She was not joking.
I know she wasn't
She was
joking.
serious as a heart attack.
I know she wasn't joking. At least I believe she was joking. But yeah, like of course, now it's just it's looking for a scapegoat. We got to play cleanup. So
We're gonna see what
they
happened.
go spin it how they go spin it. Yeah,
Then I found it ironic that she wasn't in the studio today when they interviewed
the congressman,
the
right?
black congressman with the ponytail and slick back ponytail and hair down
Slick
to
back.
his so I want to see what she
We
said.
shall see.
We shall see.
We shall see.
And as they said on the Congress floor, as they sung in harmony, we shall overcome. We shall. This is just crazy, man.
They sung that?
Yes.
Oh man. Well,
Because once he got reprimanded, he had to come back in front of Congress, and they had to like give him some type of judgment or validate if they was going to strip him of any duties or whatever the case may be.
oh, so this is all recent.
This was this
Oh,
was
because you talking about that latest speech they had, like kind of like one of them State of the Union type of
yeah, it
joints.
was the joint Congress
Mhm.
address.
Okay.
And he on his interview today with the Breakfast Club, he said he didn't come there to say that. He came there to walk out,
Hmm.
which like what just don't show up. But
That's politics, I guess.
That's politics. He said he came to show up, but when he heard Trump say what he said, he just felt like he had this impulse to stand up and say something. And so everyone is saying, well, they didn't do that when somebody yelled at Biden and when somebody yelled at Barack Obama, these measures wasn't taken. But I beg to differ to the people that say that. When these other people stood up and the Speaker of the House said order and be quiet and sit down, they sat down, right?
Well, I didn't see it, but okay.
But he kept going. He didn't stop. They had to tell him like 2 to 3 times, like, stop, you're out of order.
What do they say in court? Hostile. We want to the witness is hostile, right? Is hostile or whatever.
So they had to call the court arms or whoever they call them, people,
sergeant of arms,
the sergeant of arms, to come and escort him out. And he had kind words to say about the sergeant of arms, saying that they didn't disrespect him. They spoke kindly, like, come on, bro, you know how this goes. You got to go. Come on, come on.
The order has been given.
You know what's going on. But the point I'm challenging, they trying to make it seem like he's being treated unfair. But what I see the difference is those other people lashed out. They was reprimanded and then they shut up.
Got you.
He lashed out again, raised his cane, lashed out, and so then they was like about the third time they was like, okay, boom, I'm gonna have to call the sergeant of arms and get you out of here. So the fact that they had to call the sergeant of arms, I guess once that's implemented, you have to go through a whole another process where they had to bring him back,
right?
Cite his charges. I'm just using other terms, but cite his charges. See if he guilty. They had to do another vote.
Right.
And so, and I think they found him in violation of whatever the
code.
The code is. So
okay.
And then so that's when they took, because they was before they read the judgment or the count. They said, Congressman Al Green, please step up to the well. So he came up. So now all the Democrats want to stand around him, because before, when he stood up and got when he did what he did, when he got in trouble, ain't nobody support him. He was the only one. He was out there like an island.
He was the only one standing
tall.
Only one
standing, bucking against whatever he felt.
Got you.
So now when they're doing the sentencing or whatever the case may be, giving him the corrective action or whatever it's going to be, the disciplinary role. Okay. They all stand around. Maxine Waters is up there. That other bald head woman that's in Congress.
Yeah, I've seen her.
They get up there.
That's who that is. Okay.
And once they, give him the verdict or whatever the ruling is, they start singing "We Shall Overcome."
The old Negro spiritual.
The old Negro spiritual.
That's
once again. And they got to go on. We shall overcome. So hopefully we will overcome. Hopefully y'all will overcome, because y'all are digging a deeper and deeper hole. I don't know how they're gonna get out of this, bro.
Hey man, we shall see.
We shall see and overcome.